Hello?
Friends, strangers, old faces and new, welcome to this week's episode of Alignment Shift, where we shall embark on a glorious quest. How are we doing tonight?
Good.
I got full
Fabulous. Yourself?
I'm doing very well, thank you for asking. I guess, oh god, losing my mic. With little fanfare and little ado, we shall roll call Elena,
Hello.
Vale,
Hello.
Wyatt,
Greetings.
Xavier,
Damn it.
Greetings and salutations.
Glaive,
I am currently in a terrible gas chamber.
A self-inflicted gas chamber?
He's hotboxing it.
In the wrong kind of way.
I'm in an open room.
Benedictus,
Why?
Sapala,
Hello.
and Yuldores.
It's Uldoris?
Yuldores?
No,
No.
Uldoris.
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 Uldores.
Uldoris.
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 Uldores. Okay. And per usual, I'm the DM that you can't see. Roll the intro. And we're back. Did you miss us?
I always miss us.
Okay. Well then, picking up where we left off. It's been a little bit of a vacation for us because I had to take a week off for moving. So my memory might be a little bit fuzzy. But last
I actually forgot why we took off last week.
Yeah, I was tired. So, picking up where we left off, the party is enjoying the sights and sounds of the city of Amman, a city that is existing. I won't say thriving, and I won't say crumbling, but it appears to be on the brink of a form of uh, economic depression. People line the streets begging, lots of boarded up houses, and lots of unemployment throughout the city. Prices are a little bit higher than were expected of things throughout the city, and as we've learned, some pickpockets may hide amongst the beggars on the street. At the manor, however, at Castle Grayskull, the party stays with Aunt Cassandra.
Grayskull Keep.
I'm sorry, Grayskull Keep. My bad. Definitely not Castle.
Not Castle
Uh,
Grayskull. We don't
no.
know what that is.
No. What is that? I don't know. I've never watched it. Anyway, a little bit of dueling was had with Elena's younger brothers in their late teens. Some fun family hijinks. Over the party split. Half of them going to go shopping in Amman. Elena, well, maybe not Elena, but someone deciding that Vale will be the official money keeper, though that's a terrible idea.
I believe I phrased
I
it
mean-
as self-appointed treasurer.
I believe that was it.
She only has 2 silver, guys. It's okay.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
2 silver.
Absolutely broke.
I never said
Um,
only.
Meanwhile, Wyatt, Oldores, and Glaive remained back at Greyskull Keep.
I was at
Uh,
Grayskull Keep because I was getting talking to by Aunt Cass.
Oh, that is correct. That is correct.
You got in
But
trouble.
you were not in earshot as Oldores decided to, on his own, inspect the strange fungus-covered spinal column they
The
had
rest of it
procured
was
from
very smart.
that they had procured from Rylan Zod, member of the Tincture of Taldore, person with a current 10,000 gold bounty on their head.
Did
Who
we take
was-
his head or like what did we take?
Oh yes. Oh, we took his head and his
We-
spine.
We need to get back so that like we don't have a decay. I mean, it's already decayed. But
Don't worry, I'm on it.
okay.
Um,
I have a plan.
who had been infused with a Myconid sovereign, which was, long story short, destroyed. Dora is attempting to find out more information on the spinal column, ended up becoming a little bit bewitched by it, transfixed to it, and as he stood there holding it, it began to infuse itself with his arm, these long red tendrils poking into his skin as he mustered the will to just scream help. Glaive running into his aid, they managed to free it from his grasp, but not before they heard a deep, resounding voice urging Oldores toward chaos, and that none can escape the. What was it? None can escape the void. I don't remember what I wrote
I think it was Void.
Wasn't it Wyatt?
No, it was
You
Yildoris.
cannot escape the Wyatt.
No, I know, but wasn't Wyatt the one that?
No, Wyatt
Not
went and
Glaive.
got Glaive.
Oh yeah, why I went and got Glaive.
Ah,
You
yeah,
went,
yeah,
nope.
yeah. Sorry.
Oh right, no, it was Oblivion. None can
Yeah.
escape Oblivion.
Lovely.
Because Skyrim is coming.
Yes.
Huh.
Everyone roll for Dremora Lord.
Ooh.
Huh?
No. Okay. So Glaive, after freeing Eldor's, took, without touching the spine, down into Percival's workshop and began to construct a metallic casket for this to remain inside until the party can figure out what to do with it. Meanwhile, the shopping party found a game store known as Trolls, Toes, and Rolls, run by Gav, who was a rather nice troll.
We don't get no tolls and we don't get no rolls.
Wipe that up. But befriended by Shipola, who gave him a whole bunch of flowers, so he gave her a set of cards that he had enchanted himself for a sort of card game that she can play if she ever decides to. The party left and went to Gilmore's Glorious, where they were met by an obvious imposter of Gilmore, probably wearing a hat of disguises or something to resemble the shopkeep, but were led to the adventuring section on the second floor. You know they have to have it.
Adventurers, come on this way.
Oh, adventurers, we have a spot just for you. Through the 2 weeks that we have been off, Vale has done the personal shopping list via chat with me, so we won't bore you with the details of the haggling. I do want to ask, Vale, was the number that you sent me with or without your 10% discount?
Which number? There were a lot of numbers.
There was a lot of numbers. I believe I saw a 2 something.
I believe I incorporated the 10% discount correctly.
I believe it. I hope. I do believe. I might have to check up on
I have the post-it notes at work. My math.
Okay.
That's where you do your math. is at
Did
work.
you add? Did you add up
Oh,
all
yeah.
the prices and times that
Yeah.
by 0.1?
0.9.
Okay.
Do I have to-
Yeah, 0.9.
Let me just. So basically,
Subtract 10%.
I want to confirm here. You spent 11,500 gold. Or no. Yeah, 11,500.
Something close to that.
Okay.
I didn't want to say that number out loud.
Where did you get this money again?
It's the party fund.
Yes, but most of the party was with you. Sapala's with you.
That's
and-
only 1,150 platinum. It's fine.
I'd like to iterate quickly that the last time we were paid for a bounty, Eldoris and Sapala and maybe one other put their bounty into the party fund.
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
So we had money.
I think. No,
And
Glaive
contrary to
wasn't
what Elena believes, I have not been hoarding all of it.
I mean, but
So
you
she
were.
says.
Technically, you were.
For the party, though.
Anyway, so that's where we left off. Who wants to start? Do we want to start with the box and Greyskull Keep, or do we want to start with the shopping in Oman?
I'm fighting my nose right now, so I'm going to be a little bit out for a minute.
Okay, we will start with the.
Are you winning?
I don't know.
Oh boy. All right. So, assuming you have a very large satchel, unless you put it in a bag of.
I've got a bag of holding.
He's got himself a bag of holding. He has.
Best decision I ever made.
All right.
I'd
So,
just like to point out real quick that this NPC sounds like a very, very, very aged Samwise
Yeah.
Sam who?
Surprise
Samwise
Gamgee.
Gamgee.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll take it. I was definitely
Um.
not inspired by Samwell.
So, Cal, I just added up
Yes.
how much money we did have and how much money we have now, and 10,910 gold pieces were spent.
Hey, I was pretty close on my estimation. Okay, so as Vale, Sapala, and Mackenzie, your name is blanking on me right now. Xavier,
Xavier, that guy.
that guy, the guy with the hair,
Face-changing
the
bastard.
owl.
HA, why do you look like a character that hasn't been unlocked yet?
He does.
You have not
It's the
unlocked this
bonus character.
I switched to the other side of my room, so
He's backlit now.
I have stuff.
Oh, Mackenzie. I have your notes. I had prepped for this. Give me
Okay.
1 second. You guys, role play for a second.
Wow, I can't believe he gave us a 50% discount on everything.
Yeah, that's insane. It's almost like he was the real Gilmore.
I'm glad I didn't question the token.
So what all did you get?
Well, a lot of things. I will deliver it when we. I'll hand things out when we get back. Who are you right now? You're Xavier.
I'm Xavier.
Okay. Let's see. Here, this book is for you.
Oh, what's this?
It's a special type of spell book that is durable.
Would you say enduring?
I would say enduring, actually.
All right,
That's the word I was looking for.
I am back. I found the paper I was looking for. So,
Awesome.
as Mackenzie, what would you like to do?
Well, Vale
Take
just
the book. Take it.
I'm taking the book.
It looks like this.
Yes.
Take the book. Take it.
No, I don't want that book. Why can't it just look like this? Very plain and obvious.
It says spell book on it, written in crayon.
The E is backwards.
with a clearly fake gem.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like a stick-on, like earring gem.
yeah. Well, If we're done here, should we head back?
I'm all set.
Sapala, anything you need to do? More trolls, tolls, and rolls.
Don't kill me. I want to get
You want what?
Pastry?
pastries.
I mean, I believe it's still early in the
Oh.
morning. We could get some of those. Give me a second. I think I remember a pastry shop near here.
Oh, let me glance around real quick.
Who said that?
I'm
Right.
pretty sure it's the one called the Slayer's Cake.
Have they opened one in Amman?
Oh,
You,
definitely.
you know what? There is definitely a Slayer's Cake in Amman.
Are they too cheap to hire employees?
No, I think they probably have a fully staffed. I
They
never
just have a
wrote that one
franchise
down.
now.
Yeah, they're working on
Well,
Wildbound, remember?
It's the Darrington Brigade in their off time.
Yeah.
Well, Sapala, there is the Slayer's Cake that was founded by Vox Machina themselves.
That's a dumb name.
I mean, you're not wrong, but they have excellent bear claws.
I know. Glaive likes them.
Shall we go there?
Sure.
All right, this way. And then he starts moving in one direction. Realizes, wait, it's this way.
Oh no.
Haven't been here in a hot minute.
You suddenly all remember that Old Doris loves cheese Danish.
Don't. Oh, loves these Danishes.
Anyone else feel that?
I felt like something just spoke in my head. Get out of my head, pigeons! It's the pigeons.
I think we should get Yoldoris a cheese Danish.
You know, I
You
think
know,
that
that's a
sounds
great
right.
I'm glad we thought of that.
All right, onward.
All right. So you make your way a couple streets down through Amman. It's around a corner, not quite in the same central district, as of course they wanted to buy a cheaper residence than was on the main thoroughfare. Nonetheless, as you come around the corner into the bustling street, a number of people are lined up here, not begging, but seem to be kind of standing in a line along the street. They're lined up outside the massive entry to the Slayer's Cake. And they seem to be going in one at a time. Each one's coming out with a loaf of bread as you approach.
Always smells good around here.
They're going into the Slayer's Cake for bread?
They are going into the Slayer's Cake.
Okay.
Is
This
there a
looks
li-
like a long line.
Yeah, there's a line.
Glancing at the line, you notice that each person on there in it looks a bit disheveled, a little bit more downtrodden and gaunt. You recognize this to be a bread line.
Yeah.
It looks like from the way it seems, the people going in, the Slayer's Cake is providing bread for some of the people on the street here.
Well, that's
Well, I mean, it would be kind of rude to cut in front of them.
good. Yeah.
So,
As you say this, you watch as a more well-off customer just walks right in front of the line and enters the front of the store.
Did you say kill him?
come on, use your fire bending.
I whispered it. Fireball! Teach you to cut in line. Nah.
If we can from the back of the line, if we can see in,
Okay.
could I watch her?
Make a perception check.
Who?
The lady that just walked in. Mm. Not bad. 10?
10? Okay, glancing over it, it's kind of hard to make out the details. You see, the woman that walked in was certainly more well off than the person's line. And as she comes in, the line kind of shifts to the side in in an expectant fashion, as if they've done this before. And the person comes up to the counter, just like you would recognize a regular customer. They point to a few things in the cabinet, pay in a few, looks like a handful of silver and a couple copper pieces for what appears to be a large cupcake with a cherry on the top that's frosted. The woman behind the counter looks tired and disheveled, her eyes kind of gaunt with dark circles underneath, and a very dusty, covered in flour apron that she kind of pats as she pockets the gold. And as the woman that was richer walks out, the line just resumes, and she begins handing loaves of bread to the other patrons.
Could I have read? I probably could have read the lips of the customer, but could I have read the lips of the employee? Probably try
yes.
to get like a gist of what their conversation was.
The gist
Cupcake.
The gist was absolutely. That'll be 7 silver, 2 copper. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Machina prices.
All right.
Have a wonderful day.
He did not mean that. All right.
No, and you did notice that there was a very genuine smile on her lips, a customer service. There
Just
was
tired.
no.
Oh,
There was-
customer service smiles are never genuine.
My smile is.
Yeah, you call people.
You go.
No, people call me.
And
My
you notice
bad.
as the line moves forward and she begins handing out the bread that she's exchanging, she is not receiving anything in return from the persons in line.
Okay. Well, we'll wait in the line, and then when we get up there, we'll order our delicacies.
All right, so you get in line behind. It looks to be a 50-year-old-ish gentleman in line before you, wearing a very long robe. The pockets look completely turned out on it, and there's patches and moth holes in it. The line moves very slowly as you all stand there in your well-to-do outfits. He kind of turns around, sizes you up, Mackenzie.
Mackenzie.
I'm sorry, sizes you up,
Who's this Mackenzie?
Xavier. Xavier.
Who are you really?
Are you buying or just
We're
getting a handout?
we're buying.
Oh, you don't have to wait in line for that. You can just walk right in.
Nah, I mean,
That's impolite.
it's impolite. Granted, they're not necessarily buying, but
Listen, no one here will give you another look. Your gold will pay for the bread she gives us.
It's not about that.
I'm sorry, what was that?
You said it's not about that. It's a respect thing.
This is totally true.
we'll take. We'll just. It's fine. We'll take a dozen bear claws. A cheese Danish.
I'm not taking your order. I'm waiting in line for bread.
Oh,
Come on.
I thought it was the guy behind.
I said it was the
No.
guy in line in front of you.
Okay, never
I
mind.
misheard you.
I
The
misread
guy
you.
in line in front of you was telling you that you don't have to wait in line. If you're paying, you can walk right in.
Oh, no, it's
I
okay.
stand by what he said. But before the ordering of food bit.
Yeah. That never happened.
Retcon.
Hey there, old man. I want some bear claws.
Oh, okay. Goes in.
So you're continuing to wait in line.
Yes.
All right. The line moves steadily, and as you are in line, a couple, maybe 1 or 2 more customers just walk right in front of you, bypassing the line and purchase a few things within the store, each leaving with a nice brown kind of box that's tied with ribbon. Oh, we lost someone. And they're back. After about 15 or 20 minutes, you enter the front of the shop. There's only about 2 or 3 people in line at this point. The smell is great, and you see behind the counter now a very large wheelbarrow that is just stacked with these very ovular loaves of bread that she's just handing to person after person. The woman behind the counter. Yes?
Sorry, I was gonna say before the gentleman in front of us got to the front, I want to secretly slip a gold coin into his pocket.
Make a sleight of hand check.
And a flower.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and a flower. That's good.
Tied around the coin.
Aw.
And a grenade.
Oh my god.
It's the other pocket.
Oh, yeah.
It's
That's
a
what I'm
glitter
talking
bomb.
about. Thank you, Adopted Dice.
Hey! I
And
got this, Kayla. I adopted them for her.
All right, let's see. $22.
Oh.
That's
So,
right.
with a deftness and a skill of practice, you lift the corner of his pocket, produce your single gold piece and flower, and slip it into one of his not outturned pockets.
shit, I didn't even see that.
The DM
Say
didn't even
what?
see it.
So the line continues forward. The old man in line in front of you takes his loaf of bread. "Oh, thank you so much." Turns around, gives you all a nod, walks out of the store. As you come up, the woman turns around, grabs a whole armful of bread, comes
Oh
over.
no no
All
no
right,
no
just
no!
one each.
We're not here for that. We're paying customers.
Oh,
We
oh well, that's okay. She turns back around, puts the loaves back in the wheelbarrow. Okay, what can I get for you?
I'm trying to think of the order again. We'll take.
Dozen bear claws
Yeah,
and cheese Danish.
I remember now. We'll take a dozen bear claws.
Half a dozen cheese Danish.
Suddenly, I want half a dozen cheese danishes.
How many do they have?
And oh god, the word actually the what is it? Fritter apple. I'll take a half a dozen apple fritters.
Oh, that's you'll have to wait at least I would say about 3 hours for an order that big. We
Oh
haven't
jeez.
exactly done much in the way of baking on that scale without getting a pre-order, so
Oh.
I would just have to have Orvis in the back start making those right away.
What do you have
What do
at
you
the
have
moment?
available?
What do you have available?
What do we have? I do have the bear claws, so you don't need to worry about that. I do have those, at least 12.
Alright.
But we just got in an order of roasted hare and dried lentils. We've got braised deer and sugar plum pie. We do have curd cheese, of course, a good plentiful of wheat bread, and a lovely baked goose with dried cherry pie.
Okay, so we'll take the bear claws, and
Okay.
we'll take one of each of what you just said. Everything else.
One of each. Oh, all right.
Because I honestly
can
forgot what she said.
Goose?
Why not?
Well, the bear claws will be 60 silver pieces.
Oh, jeez.
You said you wanted 12 of them, right?
Yes, it doesn't.
Yeah, they're 5 silver each.
All right.
Hope you can afford it.
I don't know. I only have 2 silver.
All right. So you wanted the meal that is the roast hare with dried lentils. So that's 9 copper pieces for that one. We keep that one on the cheap. The people in the folk love that one. We've got a local hunter and brings in the hare for us.
So the bear claws are how much? Altogether?
60 silver pieces.
All right, and then the
Total.
total.
For all 12. We keep the pastries on the higher end. That way it can afford for me to buy just a whole bunch of bread every day.
Yeah.
That would be
and-
amazing. 6 gold pieces for a bear claw.
All right.
So-
Damn good bear claw.
How much was the next thing?
They're the trinket claws, okay? They're gonna be delicious.
And
the
trinket's a
sugar
bear.
the sugar plum pie is 3 silver pieces.
What was the thing after the bear claws? The goose.
Oh, roast hare and dried lentils.
Yes. How much was that?
That was 9 copper pieces. You just wanted one of those, or did you want 12 as well? Because that'll take a little time to cook.
Just one. Just one.
Just one. All right. The next one's the sugar and plum pie. That was 3 silver pieces.
Yep.
A bowl of curd cheese is 7 copper.
That just sounds
Uh,
delicious right now.
Cheese
One sec.
Danish.
We'll just mash it in with the pastries.
No, no.
The wheat bread we give away 1 free per day. So if you each would like a loaf of bread, we can absolutely provide that for you. But that's up to you.
George, can
If we
you
leave
can you
with it, we pay for it.
can you finish taking down how much it all costs? Let me know. I have to get going. Our roof is leaking, so I'll be right back.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
You might want to take.
I have mending.
In real life?
No, I have duct tape.
Close
Oh, that's good. Anyway.
I feel like Xavier just handed me his money and ran off.
kind of.
Yeah.
Do you have
Well,
how much it was, or do you need me to keep track?
I have no idea. It was
All right.
60 for the bear claws.
Yeah, 60. Hold on, let me see. 60.
Yeah, here's 10 platinum. I don't know what to do.
What?
No.
9.
It's
They work
Xavier's
hard.
platinum.
Give them 10 platinum.
I feel bad for even suggesting this now.
I like
This
how
was my
going for
plan.
some. I like how going for some Danishes turned into like, hey, let's buy Thanksgiving dinner.
Right. I
All
like
right.
how this turned into, what do you have? We'll take all of it.
All right. So 65 silver and 8. No, where to go? 7 copper. 65 silver, 7 copper.
Okay.
Uh, yes. And do you want to write down what you all bought, or?
Mackenzie will get it.
Oh my gosh! So I need to. So we do need it. So I will copy it down.
I wonder how he plans to carry that.
That's a. So she starts. She turns around on the spot and begins to.
Got a bag for that.
Yep, she begins to put it all into like a large boxes, each one, the kind of brown one that you saw from before. What on earth am I doing?
I'm gonna get held up by Aladdin on the way there.
One jump. All right, we don't have the copyright to that, so I can't continue where I was going with that.
Smart. Unfortunate, but smart.
Curd cheese. Does anyone know what curd cheese is?
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
curdled
good.
milk. isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of like
Oh,
cottage
it's cheese curds.
Cheese curds.
Yeah,
Cheese
It's like
curds.
it's kind of like lazy
Yeah.
cheese.
It's not the kind of cheese that you put in cheese.
Tacos.
We can just like
And finally,
shove
the
it into one of the wheat breads.
roast hare, dried lentils. Send that to. I'm sending this all to Mackenzie because he's the one that's got it. And and 12 bear claws.
That line actually is how I felt at Comic-Con. Because they had the lines for the cast autographs, and I was all prepaid, so they had 2 lines, one for the people who were paying there and one for the people who prepaid. The prepaid lines were completely empty, so I walked away from someone, sidestepped into the prepaid line, and was in front.
So as
Feel
you
good.
as she finishes the order, a door opens in the back, and you see a large, probably 6'7", massive
Glaive?
man with green skin and these 2 long tusks that protrude from the front of his face comes out of the door,
That's our bear claws.
wearing a very long white outfit with apron and a chef's hat on the top. He comes out with a massive tray, and on it are the 12 bear claws.
Oh, I was gonna say, oh good, we took long enough ordering. He's got the Danishes.
I was hoping.
That was gonna be great.
He comes around the corner and he hands them to the woman behind. Oh, thank you very much. Was there anything you guys else wanted prepared for later, or?
No, we can come back another time.
All right. Well, thank you all very much for your patronage. You all, everything that you purchase here helps to support the peoples who are less fortunate.
Happily.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, we will Xavier will load up on supplies. And we will leave.
Xavier grabs a whole bunches of boxes. They're all kind of tied together. It's a hefty stack, and you make your way back out onto the streets.
I like the look of Sapala and I just walking along, and Xavier's got the stacks of boxes above his head where he can't see.
Like Whoville from
Pretty much.
the Grinch, the live action.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
All right. So we're gonna pause that for a moment because I know Xavier wanted to do something, but now he is dealing with a leaky ceiling spell.
Oh.
So at that moment, we are going to switch perspective. Oh wait, no. AJ, are you still fighting your nose?
Are you composed?
Don't worry, I have infinite tissue right next to me.
Ah, the box of infinite tissues. A wonderful spell.
It's a wondrous item.
It's actually a whole thing of toilet paper.
Close enough.
Nice.
Yeah.
That'll do it. That'll do it. All right. So
Pee-pee for your
back,
nose hole.
back at Grey Skull Keep, Oldora is nursing his arm with the aid of Wyatt, who I believe cast, or someone who cast healing on that. Was it Glaive? Oh yeah, it was Glaive. It was Glaive. So Oldora, as you stand, your arm's still kind of sore, still kind of burning a little bit, like too much sun got on your arm. Not enough to give you a burn, but enough to leave that prickle that you sometimes feel. Glaive, you put your finishing touches on this box and gently lay the spine on the inside.
Thank you. It's just a little bit
Little
more
bit
serious than I
funny.
thought.
Sorry.
Oh, are you talking to me? I thought you were with.
Yes.
Oh, I thought
He
you
was
were.
with Wyatt, but
Oh, right. Wyatt's not here. My bad. Yeah, it's not a good thing. I don't want to touch it.
Maybe when Xavier gets back, he can figure out what it is. But
I can figure out what it does. Doing it. Figure it out.
is that something that you can do?
Yes.
Okay.
Figure out how. Here's the app.
Are you casting Identify?
You hold your horses for a second there. First, I'm casting. What is it? Enhanceability? There we go. I think that works for not. Oh, they're for checks, not for saving throws. Well, sounds like I can eat a fat one. All right, let's go right on ahead and try to.
What?
Do you have the resistance cantrip?
I actually. This is.
If you're
Here.
talking, you're breaking up a lot.
Uh-oh. Can people hear me? Am I making
the
noise?
I can hear you.
I think it's more that he's not finishing his sentence.
I really am not finishing sentences. Crap. I don't have resistance. Oh, this is going to be painful.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Do you have
You
to
know
be
what,
touching
George?
it?
Yes.
For Identify?
Yep,
Yes, for
it is
identify.
touch.
Mm.
I got to get my grubby little mitts all over that spine.
Oh,
I'm in
no.
a weird mood. I'm sorry.
It's got him.
I don't have
It's taken hold of Glaive.
I don't have protection from good and evil anymore.
Oh, no.
Well, I can always go and take. I can always take regenerate. I don't know who that was. I don't want to know who that was. I can always get regenerated and reattach my arm. So, see where I'm going with this?
I do. I don't really like it. But if you insist, and I summon my pack weapon again, and I get ready.
I do think I'm going to feel, so Paul's going to yell at me about this.
Maybe she doesn't have to know.
We can only hope. I cast Identify as a ritual. Actually,
Oh.
can I cast it as a ritual as a cleric?
Yes. Yes. Oh, well, as a cleric, I don't know. It does say it's a first level divination
Yes.
ritual.
It's got the ritual tag.
Well, yes, but I don't have
Wizards
ritual
can
cast.
wizards don't have to have it prepared to do a ritual spell. Other spellcaster types have to have it prepared, but they can do rituals.
Okay, I always have it prepared because it's still me.
Right.
So are you casting
Yay.
regenerate before doing this?
No. Regenerate is going to be cast after you sever the appendage.
Okay. So you reach into your pouch, the same one you used when starting the spell for Elena, and you pull out a small pearl and a small owl feather, and you hold them each in 2 different hands, facing toward the spine in its box. You brush the feather across the pearl, and they begin to glow, and your hands glow with it. You reach down into the box and press your palms into the spine. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Well, number says +3. That's a 15.
Okay. So as you press your palms into it, it almost seems to jump into your palm, leaping from the box into your grasp. Your vision flashes. Oh, shoot. Hang on 1 second. I have something
Oh, I
perfect to
thought
read.
I was saying, oh shoot.
Hang on. Hang on. Pause for 1 moment. I need to find something.
Paused.
So Elena's just
It's
walking
like a
around
2
the keep, just
Just walking.
Thinking about her
wondering where
aunt
everybody
saying we
went,
should.
thinking about what Cass said, kind of feeling really warm for some weird
I said at the beginning of this, I was like, oh man, I really hope I won't, because I have no room for them. Now I'm sitting with 3 books open on a table smaller than my lap. Let's see here.
So I just realized that the outline of Amon kind of almost resembles the outline of the Millennium.
It does.
Yeah.
I've noticed that too. I was like,
Okay, here we go. Glaive, your vision flashes white. You are suddenly in the middle of what appears to be a descended amphitheater in the fog. Rolling waves of mist cascade around. There are no figures in sight. However, the stains of long decayed blood covers almost every surface in this forgotten ruin. At the very bottom of the steps, you see a statue, or what was a statue of something. You see a cloak, arms holding it open, but the entire top half of it is completely missing. You see the scattered remains of whatever upper torso was on this statue scattered into dust behind. As you glance around through the mist, you hear the echoes of whispers. And then suddenly, a triumphant, deep, billowing horn blares through the fog. A red light comes towards you, then 2. These 2 lights form into eyes. You see a figure rise through the mist. Black horns adorning an enormous animal skull. Red skin stretched over a bulbous body. 2 leathery wings unfurl, blasting the mist away from it, revealing undead forms shambling through the mist behind it. It snorts, holding in its palm a skull with glowing green eyes. It looks at you, lowers its head like a ram about to charge. begins to charge towards you.
Oh. Shit. First off, do I have equipment?
You glance down at yourself and see none of your earthly belongings.
Boy, howdy, am I not here right now. Gonzo. I'm running.
You turn to run, the figure behind you chasing after, giving speed. Make a dexterity check.
What does it look like on my side? Is he just standing there, or
He's just standing there.
Drats.
I'm a halfling. No, that's on Constitution saves against poison. I have it. Okay. That'll be 14.
As you run, its massive form is gaining on you, getting closer and closer and closer with every step. You have one more round before it will be upon you.
I stop. I'm an idiot. Banishment on myself.
You cast banishment on yourself.
Yeah, this is some kind of weird other world.
But
don't
do
wanna
you
be
resist
here.
it?
No, I want to leave.
Oh boy, where are you banishing yourself to?
Material plane?
My home plane? I think that's the only
amazing.
place I can put myself.
He blips out of existence entirely.
Bye,
I don't know.
Glenn.
Oh boy, hold
What
on. Let me
is
read
that?
this real quick. Let me read this.
I think I can do that.
I really like this idea.
That's a
Whether
good
it
idea.
works or not. I endorse this plan.
I don't know if Paula endorses this plan though.
Make a wisdom check.
Is this your final
Is this
answer?
is this your final answer?
I only heard the word wisdom.
Check.
Make a wisdom check.
Okay. Still at +4, right? Yeah.
Look, Sapala, a bookstore.
Natural 20.
Did you say natural 20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I just want to clarify that you are focusing on transporting yourself to your home plane of existence.
Yeah.
All right. So you point at yourself, you prepare the spell, you begin to concentrate, and poof, you vanish and then appear right back where you were.
Fuck.
Still in the Coliseum?
Still in this Coliseum.
I thought it was an amphitheater.
Amphitheater,
You're an
Coliseum.
amphitheater.
The creature lowering its head barrels toward skull like a rock in its palm. Hang on just one second.
Yeah, let's just fine.
Lifting the
That's a
skull
good
like a rock
idea.
in its palm. It holds in front of you, eyes blazing into you like two burning embers in the night. It sniffs the air around you. Glaive.
Oh,
Van Alta.
It's very rude to smell people without introducing yourself.
The form of this massive creature begins to shift. You watch as these tentacles protrude from its back and twist and shake and vibrate convulsively. And all of a sudden, standing in front of you, instead of a massive undead creature, is a average height, dark-haired man in a long tailored trench coat, wearing what appears to be a business suit with a bowler hat. I thought you were dead.
I mean, I've died before, and that turned out well for me.
Aha! Seems you've found yourself a loophole. Very interesting. Aha! I must say I have missed you. I was wondering where you'd gone.
Oh, just popped back home to see my family. Decided to finish up a few loose ends down here. Which-
And I'm sure you will, Glaive. You're such a resourceful little man, if you don't mind me saying.
No, I really don't.
Aha!
Small actually has a lot of advantage.
I'm sure it does. But there is still your debt to settle. If you are still alive.
Yeah, that is a
Correct.
good question. I'm
What?
supposed to go. Whoa, sorry, I keep interrupting you.
Well, don't let me bother you. He begins to pace around you in a circle. The mist suddenly completely vanishes, and you're just in the middle of an inky black void.
What layer of the abyss?
Layer of the Abyss. Oh, that's not nice. This was the plane of waiting, I believe, or something along those lines, where the souls of the dear departed, waiting for their loved ones to reunite with, before crossing on to the Raven Queen's domain, would wait. But I came in and decided to give them a good show. Didn't you like the spectacular form of the Destructor?
Is that really what you're going with?
Oh, you're feisty. And judging that you're here and you're holding that, he points to you, and you suddenly realize that you're holding the spine that appears in your hand. You have found the spine. Last I knew, Rylan Zod had that.
Oh yeah, I punched his throat in.
Excellent. You sow chaos everywhere you go, and I love it.
So, what is this even supposed to do? I start like flexing the thing, wiggling it.
He produces from his hand a green skull. Well, on its own, it's little more than a trinket. A cudgel, if combine it with the other half that I kept for myself, and you have the most powerful implement, evil entity that usually sealed away from all eternity, known as the Wand of Orcus.
Oh.
Are you saying you'd like the other half?
Oh, that is awful temp. The most powerful weapon that an evil mortal? Yeah, mortal wield.
Most likely. And with your bloodline, I'm sure it would come in handy.
I'm not an.
I'm sorry.
You are not offering this just out of the, and I'm putting up huge air quotes here, kindness of your heart.
Oh, Glaive, you always want something. And I always have something to give you. There is still that curse on your blood, is there not?
as far as I'm aware. Maybe.
So, I have you as a puppet. I have something you want. Seems like we're back in business as usual. So, what do you have that I would want?
I need to step into player here real
Hmm.
quick.
Sure.
Was Glaive told about the spark?
Yes.
Okay. Now, crap, what was his name? The bard, the dragonborn bard.
Taharin.
Taharin. Okay. Now, back into character.
Yeah.
What I have
Yeah, you're-
is knowledge that. What?
Sorry, you broke out there.
Oh, sorry. What I have is knowledge that somebody had spark. Taharin, a really bad rash. That's honestly better off dead. Hello, did I cut out again?
A little bit there. I got spark, bad rash, better dead.
Oh. I'm offering him, well, the spark in exchange for the thing, but, or the name of the person who has the spark for the thing. That's what it is.
Make a persuasion check.
Fantastic. That thing I'm terrible at. Darn it, Cal.
I can't make it easy on you, Glaive, old boy.
I rolled well, the highest I can get is a 9. Or another natural 20. What the crap?
With a natural
Sorry.
20 there, you realize you watch a glint in his eye, a confusion and understanding. That was destroyed by your little band. Wasn't it? His eyes
What?
trail off beyond you into the shadows.
I look where he's looking. Really
There's
confused.
there's nothing there. He's just looking off creepily now. That was destroyed.
I look at one of his people behind him.
You look at one of his
Okay.
what?
I look at one of his entourage, and I just say, "Is he gonna be okay?"
The zombie just kind of.
Right.
The zombie
brain dead.
shrugs.
Say I believe you. That your party did not destroy the spa. And you just happen to know who has it. Why would you tell me this? Why would you not get the spark yourself and destroy it as you had intended?
Because the world needs to change.
Oh, Glaive, I love. Ah. So, you offer me the spark of divinity in exchange for the name of the person who has the most cunning ambition I have seen. I like it. I love it! So, who is it?
Hold on, I got lost in the chat. The Dragonborn Bard, Tahara.
And how do I know you're not lying?
I did not catch that last word.
Lying.
Oh, lying. Well, that is quite a conundrum, isn't it? I mean, here I am, all alone in this realm of waiting, and you have a vast army before you, behind you.
Oh, these? He waves his hand, they just into the mist. Knew you'd love it.
I did. I can't lie about that. Uh, let's see. How do you know that I'm not? You have your own set of
Set of what?
weird powers. Weird.
Oh, Glaive, I wish I had my own powers right now, but I am missing that spark. I'm a little under the weather, as they would say.
Wait. It's your spark, isn't it?
Always slow to the uptake and last at the table.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Honestly, I have no reason to lie to you.
Fair enough. In which case, I shall inform those who need to know, and you're free to retrieve this. And he pulls up the skull. I mean, I'd give it to you now, but I don't have it. The skull vanishes. But I can tell you where it is.
Oh, you tell.
Ah, I will. The skull that sits upon the spine is always an enemy of Orcus. A champion, one might say. Now tell me, who do we know as a champion of someone that hated Orcus?
Oh, yeah. That's going to be fun.
Oh,
That's
I
going to be
bet.
fantastic.
So, near Vasselheim lays a tomb. In there, a secret tomb in which lays the mortal remains that you'd be looking for. Find them, reunite this spine with that skull, and you have what's left of poor Orcus after I dealt with him.
Fantastic.
So, have fun! And with a flash, poof, you're right back where you were in front of Voltus. I will send you what I sent old Dora's in regards to the stats on the spine, just so I don't have to repeat that. Hello?
Okay.
Eldor, as you watch as as Glaive kind of stumbles briefly for a moment and comes back, breathing heavily.
Am I here?
You never went anywhere.
Oh,
just stood still.
I did. I did. Never touch that thing again. I closed up the box. Ah,
Does he do this a lot?
that's the one of Orcus.
It's the what?
I'm gonna go in the corner of the room and throw up.
Is he alright?
I don't know.
I'm gonna.
Okay, do I know who the Wand of Orcus is, or do I know who Orcus is?
Make a history, make a religion check.
Really?
Could I also as well?
Yes, but you're going to be at a disadvantage with kind of urchin backstory there. Not a lot of time in society.
13.
Okay.
Because I have no modifier.
Eldoris?
I am pulling up my stats right now. This was a history check.
Religion.
Religion. Of course.
BT Dubs, Elena has spoken about who Orcus is.
I didn't know that.
To everyone?
Yeah, after she had her vision. So the only one who wouldn't know would be Glaive, because he came in after we left Drana,
Yeah, I got a 9.
and Sapala wouldn't know about it.
Yep. So Eldoris, you don't really know. Glaive, you've heard it mentioned, but you don't know anything about it, and you know that this is only half of the wand. It's not at its full potential. Oh, and you remember that when you had last left Vasselheim, you knew that the tincture had been searching for a artifact of Orcus in their, one of the items from one of the 4. Can't speak right now.
Oh, okay. Oh,
But Cal, Elena
Yes.
has spoken to the group about her vision of Orcus and who he is to the group. The only two that wouldn't know would be Sapala and Glaive, so Eldor should know.
Yeah, Eldor, I mean, you don't know about the wand. You didn't mention the wand or anything. That's what he was specifically talking about. But
Oh,
Eldor,
okay. I thought it was
Eldoris, you know who
of
Orcus is. Yeah, you know of Orcus, but you don't know much about the wand.
okay. My fault. I was trying to help. I misunderstood.
I know that name.
But yes, so that's Glaive goes over to the corner and begins just heaving onto the floor.
That was good.
I didn't even eat that.
Did you say I didn't even eat that?
Eat.
Yeah.
Have you eaten anything yet from that body?
No.
That's leftovers
Oh, God,
from his
mushrooms.
last body.
Wyatt just turns around and walks away. He doesn't know how to respond.
Like,
He just watched a tiny man yell at his spine and walk in the corner and throw up.
we look at Wyatt's view of these people.
I don't think he wants to stay any longer.
Wyatt's seen some shit.
What about Sapala?
Oh, crap. I'm gonna cast Sending twice in rapid succession.
Okay.
Look, a bookstore.
Elena, Edoris's room.
Shit.
Now. No questions.
I
You
thought
do
you
not
were in
respond.
All right.
Yeah, we're in Percy's workshop.
Okay, Percy's workshop. My apologies.
Retcon.
I go to Percy's workshop, worried.
And your other sending?
Sapala, home now. Percy's workshop, no questions. Now. That's what the rest of the message is the word now.
You can respond to this message.
On our way, be home soon? Question mark. Fail.
Should you just text that back to him?
Yeah. Fail. Xavier,
Huh?
we need to get back.
Did-
Now,
Are we done? Okay.
Did-
Glaive is sending SOS message.
But my goose.
Percy's workshop.
Oh yeah. We established that Xavier's carrying boxes stacked on boxes of pastries.
I have my own handy haversack.
Ooh. That's
All
not
right.
as funny.
Baked goose and dried cherry pie.
Does the second half of the party begin to make their
Well,
way
yeah.
back? All right.
Yeah.
That's where we'll take our break because I really
I don't know. We could
All
keep
right.
shopping.
More bear claws.
Still got
Great.
money to burn.
break. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
All right. BRB.
Maybe we should stop for some orange.
Hey,
You don't have any totes or anything.
Don't. Camera's on.
Do you have any totes or anything?
No, I don't.
There's like 6 or 7 next time.
Oh, jeez.
So when you get a second, can you help me look for some?
Yeah.
And we're back after that massive revelation. Everyone starts making their way to the basement of Grayskull Keep. Elena arriving first.
She was already in Grayskull Keep. I'd hope she gets there first.
One can hope. I
She
mean,
looks very
maybe she got
sweaty.
lost.
Then again,
She's sweaty.
She has
And
been
she
kind of
just looks
angsty.
agitated.
this is not abnormal.
No, like abnormally agitated.
I'm not there.
Okay, sorry. What was the message for Glaive?
Glaive's currently trying to collect himself. You,
Hildaris?
Eldor's,
What's
you
going
tell
on?
her.
Remember the thing I picked up from?
His spine, yes.
Yeah. I picked it up in the other room. It was a bad mistake. Don't pick it up. Don't touch it.
Okay.
He Glaive tried to figure out what it is, and
Huh?
he said he went somewhere.
All right.
He said it's bad news. Bad news.
Bad news how? And this is not the bad news guy.
It's half of a very bad item.
What item?
The
He said
wand of Orcus.
The Wand of Orcus. As
that's
an
You know
enemy
whatever-
of the Raven Queen Orcus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to know how to finish it?
Putting his skull on it?
Putting the skull of the champion of the Raven Queen.
Putting the
I'm
skull.
looking at you dead eye with it, like when I say that.
We are not finishing this staff. Or spine or whatever.
Of course I'm not killing you, Elena. What do you think
No!
is wrong with me?
No!
Pause.
I know. I'm trying to put levity in the situation.
Oh no, I just wanted to pause and state that the person said that the skull of a previous champion, who was located in a hidden chamber in another tomb near Vasselheim.
But
Did
this is
not
way
catch the
funnier.
word previous. Did not
Yeah,
catch the word
let's
previous.
keep playing. No, I'm not talking. I am not the only Raven Queen's champion. I have not been the only champion of the Raven Queen. We are not finishing that staff.
Duh, yes, I know. But now we have this thing just here
Elena,
in
I
a
think
box.
the problem is this. If we know where it is, she probably knows where it is too. And she will probably go for it.
Um, Elena's kind of pacing now.
Glaive is having a fit on the ground.
We can't take my uncle's skull from his body.
You,
What?
we're not finishing this. Quit trying to figure out how to finish it.
I'm not trying to. I'm trying to figure out how to not decimate my uncle's grave.
We don't go there and we don't dig it up. I don't
But-
know how
Glaive.
it.
Others will.
We have to. We have to get it to ensure no one else does.
My uncle wants me to go to the tomb where he lays anyways. I don't
I
like
thought-
this.
I thought there was no remains.
I thought there was no remains. He just, as the story goes, as I've been told, he just went with the Raven Queen. But that doesn't mean that there isn't remains and that he isn't laying in the tomb of the
Perhaps
Raven
it's-
Queen's champion.
Perhaps it's not his remains we are.
There was the other champion. I still feel bad about having to take a man's skull, though.
I don't know. It's more dangerous to leave it there. Whether we have intentions of finishing this item or not, we have to get it.
At this point, we're going to go ahead and say, for brevity's sake, that the rest of the party has arrived.
Hello?
Glaive.
Close the door behind you.
Calls from the basement.
Both Glaive and Elena look so terrible right now.
I am
What
a very
happened?
red.
So you know the spine that Rylond had?
Super
Yeah.
gross thing. Yep.
Apparently Yulduras took it,
Yep.
Okay.
and it is the Wand of Orcus.
Half.
Half of the Wand of Orcus,
And
excuse me.
who is Orcus?
Okay. What's that?
He's a god that is the enemy of the Raven Queen.
Oh, he's not a god.
Orcus isn't
No,
a
he's
god?
not. No, he's not a
Oh.
god anymore. I'm talking as Glaive.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not a god anymore. He lost his spark because somebody took it from him. You know who has the spark?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know who the freaking idiot is that pointed him in that direction is?
No,
Me!
no. The spark that Tahan took was the Chained Oblivion spark, not Orcus's spark.
Oh, no. Oh,
Yeah.
no. No.
Yeah. Oh,
no,
yeah.
Elena. No, it isn't.
Yes.
No, it isn't. The Chained Oblivion is still a god.
Calcifer.
You can't ask me in character to
arguing
clarify
in
what
character?
your
This
heart.
is Peggy. This is Peggy. Because as I know, it is the Chained Oblivion spark.
Dad, tell him I'm right.
That is what has been stated. Yes.
That
Did
doesn't
you
mean it's
insight check the
true.
spark?
Glaive, when we were at Platinum Sanctuary, they told us it was the Chained Oblivion spark.
People can be wrong, but
Do you
demons
believe
cannot
everything you
lie.
hear, Elena?
And Lilette and all of the tincture think that is the Chained Oblivion spark.
Actually, to note, Glaive, the Chained Oblivion you were just speaking with, also said that he was weak not having.
Oh, man, my internet connection needs to be better.
Sorry.
I'm missing a lot of things.
All right. Let's all take a second. Xavier's
Okay.
got some pastries.
Well,
Why does
Just
he have
everyone
a
calm
Right.
spine?
down.
wait. The way to complete the Wand of Orcus is by placing a skull of a Raven Queen's champion on it.
Okay, so don't lose your head.
Told you the Raven
I'm
Queen
not
sketch.
the only Raven Queen champion.
Why is the Raven Queen sketch?
Still don't like Raven Queen. That's a whole other thing. Doesn't matter.
There was my uncle.
Because no
and
one's disputing
Dogs are
her.
sketch.
There was the man only known as the Raven Queen's champion, who is also. There are 2 other champions besides myself.
What would I know about any Raven Queen lore?
Religion check.
Roll that.
Thanks. Let's roll this die with horns on it.
Oh
Is
God.
Well, we brought pastries.
It look like this is totally an Eldorus die. A lot.
I
well,
appreciate
a
the
decent
pastries,
amount.
but I am not hungry.
Eat the bear claw.
7.
22.
What were you asking again? What do you know about what?
Raven Queen lore.
So you
Or
know that,
history? I don't know.
yeah, you know that she one of the only persons that ascended to their position in the pantheon. You know that she governs the transition between life and death, but not necessarily death itself. You know the existence of the champions. You know most of what George knows.
Oh shit! I gotta rely on that asshole. All right. When you say most of, does that include Raven Queen champions?
Yeah, I will say yes.
I'd say it wouldn't include anything Vax related because I wouldn't have had access to anything like that.
Not personal wise, but you have heard of Vax.
Sure,
as the
heard
champion.
of. That's less research than rumor.
Yeah.
So would I know of Pervon?
Yes, you would know of Pervon.
Okay.
I couldn't think of the name. I'm glad you
Shut up.
said
Yeah.
Someone was gonna do it.
So I'm not the only Raven Queen champion. There are 2 others besides myself.
I think no one said you were the only one.
What?
You're just the nearest and most available.
Yeah, you said don't lose your soul, and then that's
Yeah.
why.
Because you're the nearest. How about don't even touch it?
That's why
what's
it's
in the
that
box.
Oh, good.
I think we should
Is
take
that-
it to Platinum Sanctuary.
Is that box attached to the
or
floor?
destroy it.
No.
Oh, it looked like it
Can
was.
we destroy it?
I don't think so.
We are not powerful enough.
I got a bad idea.
What's your bad
Good.
idea?
Well, see, I just reach in my bag of holding, pull out the shattered lich phylactery that I destroyed DMX phylactery by punching it a lot.
But this is a spine of a god.
Hey, I don't know how these
That
things
is a
work.
phylactery of a lich.
Val, I'm going to stop you right there. Well, Doris touched it. It decided to eat or to dig into its nerves.
Okay, gonna put this away.
Yeah. What
Ooh.
other
I thought
odd
it was a
thing-
good idea to touch it as well.
That's why it's in the box.
I
Well,
wanted to
hold on.
figure out what it was.
Okay, yeah, no touching the thing.
Why did you touch it?
Because I needed to figure out what it was.
Okay, so
I
what
could do
was
that
your
by touching
plan?
things.
What was your plan if it went south?
He had
Oh,
backup plans. I
yeah.
was here.
What are
And
your
Doris would have
backup
gotten me out.
Well,
plans?
Doris
Alright.
is still holding his packed weapon.
Oh shit.
Doris,
It's probably fine.
Doris.
Put it
She
away.
probably staring right at you.
It was
Doris,
his idea, not mine.
what was the plan?
Take a step back.
Uh, well,
She could turn into a bear. Put it away.
I just imagined that line anywhere but D&D.
That's funny. So he does. He bamps the weapon out and then awkwardly puts his hands to his side and well
Whistles.
he has when I was holding it, it attached itself to my arm, and he
Uh-huh.
points. He lifts up his sleeve, and you can see.
Ooh.
And
Oh,
Sorry, I
Doris.
jumped the gun.
We thought if it was going to do anything, it would do the same to him. And he said he had a regeneration spell. And so it was his idea, not mine. Just
So you were going to cut off his arm.
if he needed me to. It was his
Okay.
idea. I have to stress it was not my
Yes.
idea.
Zoldoris, I do not think you're one to chop off one of
I
your
have
friend's
no
arms.
doubt that it was not your idea.
I was ready to.
You've already punished yourself enough.
I don't know what to do with any of this information.
See, Paulo just looks at Glaive and gives him a death glare.
Not
I'm
even
gonna
looking
s-
at you. Nope, no way.
She walks over to Glaive.
Uh-oh, she's eye level.
Nope.
Oh yeah, she's eye level now.
Glaive.
Not doing it.
Glaive.
I'll talk to you, but I ain't getting the stare. No,
Would you rather talk about it later?
I am a sassy child right now. No.
With small height comes great responsibility.
Then I will deal with you later.
Ooh.
I love you guys so much right now.
This is fine.
Now, can we discuss what to do with the spine?
We need to
What?
get the other half.
How?
It's not
But not at this.
popular.
We do not need to have the wand of Orcus while we get. I say we take it somewhere where it can be safe.
I am in agreement with this, but we cannot leave the other half lying dormant.
There are 2 skulls that potentially we need to get.
3.
Why 3? We are not taking my skull.
I'm just saying, we gotta keep yours attached
Um,
to your body as well.
Okay. Here, Paul, take a pastry. How bad does Oldoris' arm look?
It looks good. There's been healing magic done, but you can still see just a little bit of pockmarks in it and
Okay.
some redness. Maybe some redness, a little bit of swelling, but it's not as bad as it could have been. You can kind of see where there would have been more damage, but someone healed it.
Okay.
I say that we try and get back to Vasselheim, leave it at the Platinum Sanctuary, retrieve skulls or skull from the Tomb of the Raven Queen. Though I don't like the sound of
And then
desecrating
what?
the grave. And then
I-
returning those to the Platinum Sanctuary.
Yes. I think this is the right course. I don't want to desecrate a grave either, but if it means that they won't get it.
We do need to
might
stop them
Not
from
need.
getting.
I agree. I just.
What if we just
It's
put the
hard.
graves somewhere else?
If we do what?
What if we just put the graves somewhere else? I mean, it won't be any super lush boom per se.
I won't make it safer, will it?
Well, the only people that are going to know where the bodies are currently in this room. So if we just move
Wait a
the
minute.
bodies,
Is
yeah, we
there
don't
a-
have to desecrate the corpse.
Is there a way to move the grave to the sanctuary?
We would have to speak to the Platinum Sanctuary.
Well, I have a feeling if Kima knew what was going on, she would be in favor.
DM question.
DM answer.
Have I met Lady Kima?
You have not.
No,
I don't think so.
not at all.
Sharknet.
Plus, we need to turn in this bounty, so
So we need to head to Vasselheim.
I'm in favor of Vasselheim.
To Vasselheim!
Maybe there's a way that we can get there quicker.
Well, all right. Before we go
Pause.
anywhere,
Oh wait.
go ahead. What?
No. You say what you're gonna say, George.
I was going to distribute the things that I bought today.
Oh, okay.
We
Yeah,
could do
go
that.
ahead. as you're getting ready to say that, Mackenzie just chimes, or since he's not here, I'm going to chime in for his character.
I'm here.
Instead. Oh, you are.
He's right there.
I thought you were still water.
Sort of.
Kenzie's giving us a run. He's there. He's not there. He's two places.
He's two people.
I'm trying to message you, but my messenger's not loading. All right. My messenger's not. Give me 2 seconds to figure out my computer because that's being weird.
Mm-hmm.
Mackenzie, can you put me in whispers for a second with you?
Yeah, 1 sec.
You really gotta learn the mundane cantrip.
George, move him in the whispers.
Ah. Be gone.
Kayla.
Okay.
Mackenzie,
Yes.
there would be a teleportation circle to Vasselheim in the nest.
There will be.
There would be. I'm trying to come up with a reason for you to still do your nest thing before they go back to Vasselheim.
Okay. So like we have a branch out.
I guess you'll find that out when you get there.
So we're
What?
I'm trying
Go ahead
to-
and say it.
I'm like half trying to comprehend what you're saying.
That in the nest, they do have some teleportation circles to other cities for trade, for quick escapes, things like that. And you know that there is one that leads to Vasselheim.
So it'd be a quick way for us to get there.
It would be a quick way for you to get there.
Okay. So I can. Oh, that could lead us into a reason.
Yeah.
Be a reason why. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, that works.
Okay. Take me home, country road.
I think that was all I had.
Bring him back. I can't because I'm not admin.
No.
Yes.
Okay. Resume Santa Claus.
Oh, okay.
Zoom being a Santa.
Let's see. This here, Eldoris. This is it. This is a ring. It's designed to hold spells. You can put spells in them and use them later.
Oh, how long does this spell hold for?
I don't know. I didn't ask.
No, if it's a ring of spell storing, it just usually lasts until it's used.
Indefinitely
Indefinitely.
Yes.
until used.
Yes.
And I have a little U written next to Amulet of Health, but I don't remember what that did.
Uncommon.
Oh, it was Amulet of Health was immunity to, I think, disease and poison.
Interesting.
So I hand that to Eldoris as well.
I don't remember asking for it, but okay.
You didn't.
Oh.
And
Either-
what?
Were either of these?
Um,
Did either of them require? I think the ring did.
I don't know. I intentionally looked for most of the items that did not require attunement, but you'd have to check.
Okay.
Here, Elena, this is a cloak of protection. It may look familiar.
Is this my cloak of protection, or did you
It
buy
is. Congratulations. Now you don't have to worry about me getting hit with acid anymore.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That was more of a Peggy thing. Okay.
Tapala, this is a staff of bird calls. I don't know. It just seems
love
neat.
that.
It makes bird noises.
That's great.
I like to imagine it's just a staff with like a ton of like little whistles on it.
Or you know those multicolored pens.
Oh,
You just click it.
That would be.
click click.
I think I like the whistles. I think I like the whistles a little bit. Woo!
Oh, fine, whatever.
It makes lots of different bird noises. It's pretty cool. And this is a staff of healing. In retrospect, getting you 2 staves that are probably taller than you was not the best idea.
I now have 4 staffs. So
Oh Jesus! I think I gave you 3 of them.
yes, you have.
Excellent.
She's gonna have 4 staffs like the anime protagonist on her
Like,
back.
we'll just get her on stilts. She'll be like the giraffes in the Lion King musical.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Perfect.
And when we're done getting the Wand of Orcus, that will give her that one too.
Oh, good.
Another
Bring it
staff.
on. Might
the
as
front
well.
right leg.
Hear me roar.
I got this Periaptive Health. It's very similar to the one I just gave Eldoris, except this one
What?
this one increases Constitution. And I know for a fact
What-
this one requires attunement.
What was it?
A Periaptive Health.
Can you spell that?
No, this is in general
Oh,
for
Just-
whoever needs it.
good, because I don't know how to spell
I believe it increases
I-
Constitution.
Typed it in chat.
Thank you.
So I don't know if anyone wants that.
If that increases it by 2, like the score? Or
No,
or-
it puts it at 19.
Oh, okay. I want to help.
Mister, I've already got a high con. Shut the hell up, Xavier.
My
I
constitution
got
is
you a book.
not.
Well,
I don't know.
Oh, can't give it to Wyatt either.
I think Halo
Well,
wants it.
honest-
Well, I'm just asking who has the lowest
What
constitution.
did you say?
honestly, it should go to our upfront fighter, the one who is putting themselves in the most danger on the most basis.
I don't
You.
need any more items, really. I'm good.
I think he was
Oh,
talking about
you weren't
Vale.
talking about me. Okay.
Oh, wait, what?
Huh?
Yes, Vale.
I'm at my limit on attuned items.
Just take a feat. Just take the feat. Attune to 4.
All right, I'll just put that away for now. I have this circlet of blasting. It let you plop it on your head, and it lets you cast the Scorching Ray spell.
Does that require attunement?
It does not.
Xavier's hand shoots up.
Sit your ass down.
Oh. What, free spells? Oh, yeah. Oh, all of a sudden, a bouncy ball appears.
I would offer that to Eldoris first, I think.
No, that's true.
Like, if you'd like some free spells.
That's true. I could also give him spells, and that's handy
I
ring
also
again.
wouldn't. I also wouldn't be opposed to this circle of the blasting.
What is it?
So your
It
art,
lets you cast Scorching Ray
so your artwork makes sense.
for free. Yeah, right. I'm working on becoming a firebender. I can only do cantrips at the moment, but I'm working on it.
I'm good. I'll pass. You use it.
I will. Let's see. Get that. Oh yeah, I just kind of like almost completely upend the bag of holding, and a shitload of arrows just pour out. Here you go, Elena. Hold on, they're still going.
I don't
Hold
have
on. You bought a lot.
That's all of them.
She bought a
I
lot.
don't have a way to hold 1,000 or so arrows.
Oh, okay, there we go. There's the quiver.
Quiver.
Uh,
I have a quiver.
actually, this was a terrible mistake. That quiver holds 60 arrows.
It holds 60 arrows?
So, we'll do
Well, it
this.
holds 20, and it's got a compartment on the side that holds an additional 60.
Oh,
And it's got another compartment that holds like weapons and shit, and another compartment that holds throwing weapons.
Oh,
A quiver of
okay.
holding.
Sort of a quiver of minimal holding.
Let's clean these arrows up and
So here we'll do this. We'll we'll spend the rest of the night binding up the arrows in batches of 60. We'll put them back in the bag, and when she
Yeah.
runs out, we'll just pull out another batch.
I mean, that's not a bad idea.
Wave leaves the room.
Oh, and
We
I have cold weather clothes for everyone, just in case.
cold weather.
Just in case,
I mean, I still have my bear armor.
because it's
Um,
what it's like equivalent of January right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
So we need to figure out how we're going to get to Vesselheim. Are we
Hang on.
going to take a 2-week airship, or
I may have a solution for that.
are you coming with us, or are you staying in Amman?
Well,
Yeah,
the
you.
And I have navigator's tools.
the way to get there and the way back is pretty quick. Some would say instantaneously.
Okay,
Oh,
but do you have something to do here?
It's not that funny.
I can check in with them, and I can check in and talk about it.
Alright,
I could at least help you get there, if anything.
thank you. We appreciate that.
this is important. We need to get there as soon as we can.
Yes.
We can always also contact Kiki, possibly.
Well,
Can we?
Gilmore was the one who sent us here. Kiki was the one that
Yeah.
told us about the the flying.
Yeah, that's right. By the way, what happened to yours?
What happened to
What?
yours?
I've still got mine.
We tried to catch Glaive. Remember?
Yes.
Yeah. So did I. What happened?
Some of us are not as nimble as you are, Veiled.
I feel like I rolled a 1 on that.
All right. So you contact your family, bind up these arrows. I need to go tell
Oh god,
Aunt
an orc is texting me.
Cass that I'm leaving.
So
Where's Wyatt? Is he still here?
yeah, he's in his room
Oh, well. I got
because
something for him too, I
the
suppose.
little man was holding a spine, talking to himself.
And
Put
rushing in
it,
the
put
middle.
it, put
Got a little
it,
weird for him.
put it down. Yelled about something. Went over in the corner and threw up.
Did he leave?
Yes, like he's in his room.
Oh, then I followed him.
Wyatt was never
Oh,
there.
Glaive? Yeah, Glaive left the room.
Oh,
I
Glaive,
followed
yes.
Blake.
Okay, well, but what time of day is it now?
It's getting late at this point. We're crossing Amman, pastries, everything. Probably 2 in the afternoon.
Well, for one, we have pastries, we have bear claws, and
I grabbed a
roast goose.
You have enough here to feed an army.
Or us over a day or so. But that's Mum's point.
Did you get any cheese danishes?
Weirdly, we thought we should have had gotten them, but we asked for them, but we didn't have 3 hours to spend for them to make it because we were
Did you
also
put in
ordering.
an order for tomorrow.
I can do that on my way home, quote unquote. I have to go talk to my family anyway.
No worries.
So, Paul, did you go to see Wyatt or Glaive?
She went with she left with Glaive.
Never mind.
I followed Glaive.
Well, I mean, if we couldn't really put it in order for tomorrow because we could easily leave today and be in Vasselheim in minutes.
That would be nice.
While we're here, how does Elena look? It's not because I'm getting texted by Peggy.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I mean, she doesn't look well. She looks kind of sweaty for not doing a whole lot of activities, and looks. Yeah, she's annoyed sometimes, but this is like a different kind of aggravated.
So she's fine.
Elena, you look like shit. I walk away.
Screw you too, Vale. Elena walks out to go tell Aunt Cass she's leaving and the twins, because she always forgets to say goodbye to them.
Wait, are we leaving right now?
I mean, the sooner the better.
Plus
I was-
the reward for Merlin's head.
Yeah.
All right, we're leaving right now.
Money.
Shit, we got some more shopping to do.
All right. Well,
We can go to
probably wouldn't be good for anybody to accompany me. Let everyone know, even your other friend that doesn't talk very much.
Oh, Wyatt,
Wyatt.
somebody should tell him.
Yeah.
Oh, is he coming with us?
I mean, he needs to meet back up with Gilmore and
Yeah, I
Kaylee.
suppose. He did kind of like rush through to help us, so I guess we owe him a trip home
Yeah.
at least.
Okay.
He's
Well,
not a bad guy.
I'll
He's pretty nice.
I just don't know him.
be back then. How long does it take for
Alright.
me to go home?
Well,
30 hours.
first, Xavier, you have to find where you're going.
Ah, yes.
Xavier gets lost.
I awkwardly stand outside of the Grey Skull Keep, and Beak flies ahead of me.
Don't forget your warm weather clothes.
Hey, can't hear you.
So as Beak soars into the air above mid-afternoon, on the air cool. Okay.
Sorry.
The air cool. You see, glinting in the distance through Beak's eyes, this pulsing, glowing energy in the very heart of Amman. Currently located in the central district near one of the rivers. This pulsing, almost siren song calling out to Beak.
All right. As soon as I see that, I come back and I head that direction.
All right. So you travel to Amman. Takes you about an hour to get through the half of Amman to the river area. Make an investigation check.
Hey, I'm good at those. Oh, I wish I rolled better though. That's 19. Not 19. 16.
16. Easily enough, though, with a combination of using Beak's vision and your own knowledge of the streets, you find your way into a creepy, dark back alley. As you walk down, a couple of street urchin children come running by. You're careful to keep a hand on your coin purse as they push past you, and you kind of feel like one of their grubby hands reach for it, but you knew already what they were trying to do. As you continue along, you see a very simple dark wood doorway, almost falling off the hinges, dank and dark on the inside. However, there is a large cluster of feathers on the ground inside this doorway.
Sorry, repeat that.
A large cluster of feathers around this doorway.
I open and I walk in.
All right, so stepping into the dark interior, you are immediately smell of tobacco and thick incense as you come into the heavily smoke-filled room. And as you come in, it appears to be a form of owlery. You've recognized this. There are cages and cages of birds in here. Stench of guano fills your nostrils. In the back corner, you see an old woman, haggard, long gray hair that frizzes at the ends with a hooked, crooked nose with a staff. And on the end of it, at the top, is perched a tawny owl, its eyes glowing yellow in the smoke-lit room. Who is there?
It is Xavier. I've come to return to the nest.
Xavier? The woman takes a couple hobbled steps forwards. Xavier Constantine?
Yes.
Bloody hell, Xavier, I've missed you! And all of a sudden she transforms and you see in front of you a beautiful red-haired girl, about 25 years old, that you recognize to be Charlotte.
Yeah, your magic has gotten better.
Oh, they've been having me practice. How have you been, Xavier?
Oh, pretty good. Met a group of adventurers and kind gotta say, I've never met people like them before.
Well, that's good. And so you're done? Scott's with you then?
No, I'm possibly leaving again very soon.
You, okay. So what are you doing here?
Well, I was coming back. Originally, I was just coming back to get the procedure done, because I know that's going to last a while. I know my adventuring group was heading somewhere else, and then all of a sudden they appeared in Amon to help one of our other friends. And that's why I would have been here sooner, but I kind of caught back up with them.
But Alan told me that they had a mission for you, for Astrid.
I'm having to think real hard right now. I don't know where my notes have gone.
They said they sent you a message, told you to meet them, find another missing owl.
Oh yes, the Emerald Outpost. That's, if I had time, that's where I was gonna head. But
Scott's waiting for you there, Xavier.
are the circles up in? So the circles have been changed?
What was that?
Have the circles been changed?
Yeah.
Is there one operating to there?
To the outpost?
Yeah.
No, she was working alone there. That's why we sent you to investigate why she went missing. Xavier, are you all right? That's not like you.
These adventurers I've met, and they're not just regular people, and I've just felt like they're good people, and I've wanted to help them with everything I can, and it's kind of dragged me away from being able to do the missions I've been sent on, because everything changes very quickly with them. And that's why I've been trying to get back here.
Xavier, we thought you were there. Scott hasn't messaged us back in weeks.
There's a few things I need to do, and I'll head out there immediately. Like his Xavier's whole expression changes.
Right. Well. So, what do you need from us?
Well, it's good to know that the circles have been changed, because we do have a quick, urgent, not. Well, we have a couple things we need to do in Vasselheim. And I know we have a circle there to get there for trade. We're going to try to do the few things there and get right back here.
Right. Well, then hurry to do that. Do you have the password?
I totally forgot what the password is. It's one of the things I was looking
Come
for.
on, Xavier. All right. Hold on. Hold on.
It's totally password.
She spins around on the spot and turns back into the hag crone.
I fear that one among you is actually an owl disguised as a person.
It really pleases me how confused you look right now.
Sorry. I know I knew I wrote it down somewhere, but I can't find it.
Xavier, you've never. It's a new one. And you know that the nest will change the riddles to try to and keep people on their toes.
Ouch. I'm like honestly super. I might have just drawn like a blank on what to do.
One of us.
She looks down at the ground.
All right, the other one, another one. Stalwart I stand ever with thee, yet I cannot tread where light cannot be.
The shadows.
Ah, right, you got one of them. She turns back into the Charlotte you know. Xavier, one of you is an owl disguised as a person. Who?
Oh.
That's a joke, not a real.
It sort of is.
It stumped you, didn't it?
It did. Oh shit! I'm dropping things. Are any of anybody else here? Any other? Is Mavis
Anyone
here?
else? Well,
Is Mavis still here, or is she on a mission?
Mavis is in the city. Last thing I know, she was dealing with some correspondence. She has been working very closely, keeping an eye on the Legion of the Dethroned on the north side of the city.
All right. Well, if you could for me, and I will pull out a neatly wrapped box with a pink bow wrapped around it. I'll hand it to her. Could you give this to her next time you see her?
Oh, got a crush, Xavier?
You know it's not like that.
I know how it is. Other than that, all the other fledglings are still here. Grace, Abigail, Eleanor, Helen.
That's good. How is John and Alex doing?
John has been spending a lot of time out near Westron.
Has he?
Haven't heard much from him. And Alex keeps to himself mostly here in Amman.
Doesn't surprise me. All right. Well, I'll have to go. I'll possibly be back later today, and I'll make sure to keep them informed on how this runs. My
Can we
group.
blindfold him?
You know it.
Yes.
But we'll mainly just be using that teleportation circle, and I'll be coming right back as soon as we're done there.
Should be easy enough. I would steer clear of Alan.
He's never liked me anyway.
And now he'll have a reason to not if you come back here without Scott.
Yeah. I know. All right.
Okay.
All right.
She turns back to the old woman.
Bye-bye, handsome.
You have a good day, man. And I'll walk out.
Okay.
I will head back to the keep.
I think that, due to how early I have to work in the morning and my allergy starting to, is where we will end tonight's session.
All right.
Well, thank you for joining us, and thank you. I guess that's all I can really say.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.